This is the Washington Times front page for Monday, January 22nd, 2024. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has suspended his nomination for the Republican presidential nomination just ahead of the New Hampshire primary. Susan Ferricchio reports DeSantis' exit narrows the GOP race to former President Trump and former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley. DeSantis endorsed Trump on Sunday. Haley, who served as Trump's ambassador to the United Nations, says the party needs to move forward with a younger and less embattled Republican leader. Trump won the Iowa caucuses with 51% of the vote, and polls show him on track to win more than half of likely Republican voters in New Hampshire. North Korea says it's carried out the latest test of an underwater nuclear weapon. Dave Sands and Andrew Salmon report North Korea offered no details of the test, and South Korean military officials provided no comment. No radiation alerts were issued, and neither Japan nor South Korea reported unusual ocean conditions. The announced test indicates an acceleration in the tit-for-tat cycle, with the test coming a few days after U.S., South Korean, and Japanese naval forces conducted drills in the region. Court documents show the top prosecutor in the Georgia election interference case against former President Trump paid for at least 2 airline trips with Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis during his investigation. Jeff Murdoch reports the disclosure became public in bank statements filed as part of Georgia prosecutor Nathan Wade's divorce case. Attorneys for Wade's estranged wife, Joycelyn Mayfield Wade, filed documents to force Willis to testify in the divorce proceeding. Willis is suspected of violating rules of professional conduct by accepting gifts from Wade, who was her employee and alleged boyfriend. A federal complaint filed on behalf of a half-dozen American university students say they've been subject to pervasive anti-Semitism on campus. Valerie Richardson reports the 26-page complaint says the students have been threatened, spat at, targeted in class, and called names. The university's vice president and chief communications officer Matthew Bennett said supporting Jewish students and combating anti-Semitism are top priorities and have been since before the atrocities of October 7th. About 20.9% of the school's nearly 8,000 undergraduates and 16.8% of its nearly 6,000 graduate students are Jewish, according to the school's Jewish Student Center. And finally, Stephen Dinan looks at an advocacy campaign to pressure lawmakers on immigration by targeting their social media accounts. Experts say the contours of pressure have changed as the internet rewrites rules for how members of Congress interact with constituents and how the groups that seek to shape them grow their potential power. Find all of today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and find us wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Washington Times in your favorite podcast app. You can also find us on social media at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.